All signs are that this is a strong economy, and the probability of a recession within the next year is not particularly elevated.
It's a strong economy, and nothing about it suggests that it's close to or vulnerable to a recession.
I don't expect a recession.
No one is predicting a recession now.
We are not expecting that we are already in a recession. In fact, the guts and the bones of this economy remain strong.
These are not the marks of an economy in recession.
Right now, we don't see a recession. Right now, we're not in a recession right now.
This is not an economy that's in recession.
Not only is a recession not inevitable, but I think that a lot of people are underestimating those strengths and the resilience of the American economy.
We have a strong labor market, which you don't normally see in a recession.
A recession is broad-based weakness in the economy. We're not seeing that now.
In your view, is a recession in the United States inevitable?
No.
Typically, economists date a recession as being at least 2 quarters of negative growth and other factors, which we have not seen at all.
The idea that 2 quarters of negative GDP growth is a technical definition of a recession is wrong.
A common definition of recession is 2 negative quarters of GDP growth.
2 quarters of negative growth in a row, that's a recession.
Right, and certainly in terms of the technical definition, it's not a recession. The technical definition considers a much broader spectrum of data points.
What is exactly the White House's definition of a recession?
Again, I'm not going to define it from here.
How worried should Americans be that we could be in a recession?
We're not going to be in a recession.
Nobody, including especially the White House and especially Joe Biden, is going to sugarcoat any of this.
Well, I'm not concerned about a recession.
Who do you think is responsible for what's going on?
I blame mostly Biden. Right when he came in and he cut the pipelines and everything that's going on with gas, he likes to point the finger over the seas and things like that I don't like.
So you don't think Putin's responsible?
Not for all of it, no.
Who do you think is to blame for this?
Donald Trump. Make no secret of it. It was already messed up, but Trump even made it worse.
How's the economy affecting you?
Well, I have to work 2 jobs to make sure I make ends meet, but that's not even quite doing it because no one wants to pay you.
How many hours are you putting in a week, would you say?
Let's see, 17 and 37, whatever that is.
Do you think politics is any blame in what's going on right now?
I don't think that we have the caliber of leaders that we had when I was younger. And I grew up during the Reagan era and, Bush.
I'm worried that a lot of other people are going to be very, very hurting in the months to come.
Do you think anyone is to blame or anything is to blame for what's going on in the economy?
Sure, Congress. They spent way too much money, and they're about to spend more money in the upcoming bill. Every time you're printing trillions of dollars and sticking it into the economy, you're just going to depreciate the value of the dollar, which is then going to create inflation. People in Congress just don't understand it. Well, Democrats don't understand it.
It's affecting me big time. Money-wise, food, everything. I don't work. I live on Social Security. I'm alone. And I have a house. So I have a mortgage. So it's really difficult. I'm sure there are millions of people out there that can say the same thing.
And who do you think, if anyone, is responsible for what's going on?
Rather not say. I think we all know who's responsible.
Everything's expensive to live, and I worked a minimum wage job and had to pull from my savings to pay rent every month.
Right now I'm working and I'm not seeing too much being saved. A lot of it is being spent, and yeah, gas is terrible.
It's being spent well?
I'm having fun.
Who, if anyone, do you think is responsible for what's going on?
I don't know. A lot of old white people in D.C.
Anyone in particular?
No. Not in particular. I don't know.
I can think of a politician who's old and white. A lot of people talk about him.
But is he really the one pulling the strings?
Well, you can't pay your rent. You can't buy groceries. You can't buy the kids' school clothes because everything is so high. You can barely use your car, your van to even get gas.
Compared to how things were before the turmoil came about, how were things?
They were very good. It was very good. We were all managing on what we had. But now every penny has to go for gas, for food. Oil is so expensive, you can't even get it. You can't survive today.